Alright, and in this video we're going to continue our installation of the LAMP stack. In the prior two videos we went ahead and installed Ubuntu 18.04 on our virtual machine. We then installed Apache and confirmed that the website was in fact up and running. In this video we are going to go ahead and install MySQL on our system and confirm that it's working before finally moving on to PHP and confirm that it's working as well. Alright, so here we are right where we left off last time. We have our Apache system up and running. Let's go ahead and open up our terminal. And what we're going to do here is we are going to install MySQL Server. So just like when we installed my Apache, it is just simply sudo super user do apt, which is the package management application. What do we want apt to do? We want it to install something, and what should it install? Well, specifically MySQL server. So I go ahead and hit enter. It looks through its database, sees what MySQL components there are, what dependencies there are. And then here we see all of the packages that will be installed, along with MySQL Server. It's going to install MySQL Server 5.7, MySQL Server Core 5.7, and MySQL Client, and a couple of other components as well. So this is great. We tell it to install one thing, it installs all of its dependencies. Just going to go ahead and hit enter for yes. And it starts the download and install process. Alright, so I went ahead and installed MySQL. First thing we want to do is we actually want to run a command in order to secure the MySQL installation. There were a lot of things that are included, but with the default MySQL install that we don't necessarily want to have on our production machine. So with that, there is a built-in script that comes when you install MySQL. It's called MySQL_secure_installation. And when I hit enter, this goes ahead and runs it as the super user. And it asks me a couple of questions. First thing is, do I want to validate passwords? So basically, if somebody types in the password 12345, do I want to allow them to save that as a password? And ultimately, the answer is no. So would I like to set up the validate password plugin? I'm going to say yes. Asks us which level of security do we want. Do we want something that has to be greater than 8 characters, numeric, mixed case, and special characters, or numeric, mixed case, special characters, and compare against a dictionary file for popular passwords such as password01. Because this is a lab environment that I'm simply building out just for these videos, I'm going to go ahead and select 0 from low. In a production environment, I would want to choose 2 for strong. So enter. Please set the new password for root. Here we go, super secret password 01. Again, if I'd chosen the strong, which I should have, it would not allow this. Then re-enter it. Estimated strength of the password is 50. Do you wish to continue with this password? Yes, I do. It's a shame to actually continue with it, but yes, in fact, I do want to continue with it. By default, MySQL has an anonymous user. Do I want to remove them? Absolutely. Anonymous access is bad for everything except for public-facing websites. Disallow root login remotely. So root has full control access over everything on this system. Do I want root to log in remotely? And the answer is no. What if I say yes to disallow? What that means is a remote machine cannot log in as root. A user can still log into this Linux machine as root and then access MySQL. They just can't simply access MySQL directly as root. Do I want to remove the test database and all access to it? Yes, absolutely. Unless I know I need that test database, it's just there as a problem. And then reload privileges. So we're making changes to the security of the environment. Those changes don't actually take effect until we reload. So yes. And then all done. Great. So that is pretty much it. We've gone ahead, we've installed MySQL. We've secured it. The only thing remaining now is to actually verify that MySQL is up and running. So in order to do that, I want to get into or open up the MySQL client. In order to do that, I would just simply type MySQL. However, the only user that I currently have is root. I'm currently logged in as just in case, but I need to be root in order to log into MySQL. So I simply add sudo in front of MySQL. So enter. And you can see my prompt has gone ahead and changed. It now says MySQL. I can type help or /h in order to get some help. Basically what I want to do is I want to do a very simple select statement. I just want to see if I can get something back from MySQL in order to confirm if it's working or not. In order to do that, I'm just going to do a select user from MySQL.user. Basically, there's a database named MySQL user, or actually a database named MySQL, a table in it called user. Think of it as a room with a bookshelf. There's a room called MySQL, there's a bookshelf called user, and I want to find out all of the names of everything off of that bookshelf. Really, that's not too important. The important thing here is if I hit enter, I should get something back. And I do. I get a list of users available to access my system right here. And what that tells me is MySQL is installed and MySQL is working and responding to requests. Well, that's awesome. At this point, I just simply type exit in order to get out of MySQL. It gives me a nice little friendly bye. And then my MySQL installation is complete. So I have my operating system, I have my application stack, I have my database. The only thing lacking at this point is my programming language of PHP.